Hello, everybody. I am Dr. Zhang, an internal medicine physician and aging researcher. In today's video, we'll look at if aging can be reversed. You probably seen the news. There's a lot of news recently reporting that scientists was successful in reversing aging, at least in mice. Let's look at that first. Look at these two mice, and they are the same age. This is one of their publications. Clearly, they have shown that age can be reversed, at least in mice. You must be wondering, will that happen to humans? Maybe we can live up to 150 years? Is that possible? Personally, I do not believe this will work in humans. Death is written in our genetic code. We cannot escape it without consequences. But we can prolong our life to the point our genetic code allows. We have been cheating death by treating various age-related diseases. I'm proposing that treating age-associated pathologies can prolong our life further. We can not only live longer, but healthier. At the end of the video, I will provide our proposal for aging reversal. It is more realistic. Please stay to the end if you are interested. Let's begin. The above study has clearly shown that reverse aging is possible. But everybody knows that every medical intervention has its side effects. We always ask if the benefit will outweigh the risk. What is the downside of this treatment? The younger looking mice was given 4 growth factors called Yamanaka factors. Dr. Yamanaka had won a Nobel Prize for his research. He found that you can transform every cell into stem cell by giving them 4 growth factors, now called Yamanaka factors. Apparently, this cannot work for the body. You cannot transform every cell into stem cell. Otherwise, the whole body will cease to function. Heart cannot pump, lungs cannot breathe, muscle cannot contract. These studies used a different approach. The Yamanaka factors was transfected to every cell of the body, but their gene expression was only turned on briefly. It was enough to dial back the age of cells, but not to the stem cells. In a word, he made every cell younger. The result is this. The result was amazing. Age is reversed. Now what? You might ask when this can happen to us. My answer is I do not know, maybe never. Yamanaka factors are cancer genes called oncogenes. Oncogenes cause cancer. Cells in the body are constantly damaged and repaired. If not able to repair, they need to die. If they do not die, they can transform to synthetic cells to avoid cancer transformation. In old body, there are up to 10% of cells have damages, including genetic mutations. Dialing back their age can potentially transform them into cancer cells. The body also produces cancer cells. They are normally cleared by our immune system. With Yamanaka factor, they can be transformed into cancer stem cells. Now you can have a young-looking body, but full of cancer. Until we figure out how to cure cancer, I cannot imagine using this technology to prolong our life. But I still believe that slowing down aging and prolonging life is possible in our generation. Let me tell you how. This curve showed that most common diseases increase with age. They are age-related diseases. We live longer compared to 30 years ago because we have better treatment and prevention for these diseases. But we also have reached a plateau in our life expectancy. We still die even we do not have these diseases. We still die of old age. So What is old age? You might want to know what the changes are in the body when we get old. There are few changes in the body that can dramatically affect the body function. The first one is the synaptic cells. Synaptic cells are damaged cells. So when the cells are damaged, especially with genetic mutations, they can transform to cancer cells. To avoid that, they transformed into synaptic cells. These cells permanently lose their ability to divide and grow, but they start to secrete cytokines, causing inflammation in their surrounding environment. As a result, cause dysfunction of the cell and also dysfunction of the organs. The body may have 5 to 10% of synaptic cells by the age of 70 to 80 years. Eliminating synaptic cells by modern antibodies in this study has shown significant improvement in organ and body function, making the body younger. This is one of a promising area of aging research, but treatment also has its downside. The next aspect of aging is infection. So our body is prone to have various infections like pneumonia, virus infections. We are also likely to have more severe consequences if we have an infection. COVID is a good example. Another area is the latent infections, such as EB virus, CMV, HSV, and so on. This virus can get reactivated at old age. Research in this publication has shown that reactivation of EBV or CMV is associated with mortality. We will only have a few years to live after we have reactivation of these latent viruses. A small study also showed that treating HSV may prevent dementia, which is another age-associated disease. The third changes in aging is chronic inflammation. Old age is associated with increased systemic inflammation, which is the root cause of most aging-related diseases. Now you might ask, what are the causes of all these age-related pathologies? If we treat this cause, we should be able to slow down aging. So the common cause appear to be called immunosenescence. Our immune system also ages with the rest of the body. Most significant changes happens in T lymphocytes. There's two major classes of T lymphocytes. CD8 are cytotoxic cells. They kill cells that have foreign antigen on it. CD4 cells are required for B cell to produce antibody. So let's look at how the T cells come about. So T cell originally come from bone marrow. They migrate to the sinus, come out of the sinus as naive cells. So naive cells had not encountered antigen at their lifetime. And each naive cell is unique in their T cell receptor. There are billions of them. Each receptor only recognizes a unique antigen. The total amount of T cell receptors are called T cell receptor repertoire. By a middle age, our thymus no longer functioning. No new T cell repertoire can be produced. The remaining T cell repertoires are all we have. They circulate the body between the bloodstream and a secondary lymph tissue such as lymph nodes. When a new threat is encountered, the corresponding naive T cell become mature lymphocytes and eliminate the threat. Some of them become memory T cells. There are dramatic changes of T cells in aging. Study has showed several changes. The first is that we have less naive T cells, more memory T cells. This is understandable as most T cells eventually have already encountered their corresponding antigens. Another important changes in aging is the reduction of the diversity of T cell population. Total repertoire is decreased. There is also expansion called clonal expansion of T lymphocytes, some of them reacting to CMV virus and others. But much fewer naive cells are there fending off new threats. So the old body is not capable of recognize and react to new infections, damaged cells, and even cancer cells. The solution would be if we can make the immune system younger and we can eliminate all the age-related pathologies. I think I got a solution for that. I know how to rejuvenate the immune system, especially dial back the age of the immune system. The body can get rid of all the above age-related pathologies. Hopefully, we can temporarily reverse aging process. The treatment regimen can be repeated. As a result, life can be prolonged with repeated treatment. The basic idea has been evaluated by 4 clinicians and aging research experts. It has a great potential for success. Dr. White in Duke University will conduct a preliminary study in his laboratory. He is an expert in aging research. This is one of his many publications. And in this publication, he showed that connection of blood circulations of old mice to the young mice extended life in old mice. One important aspect is giving old mice access to young immune system. We consider this as a validation of our proposal. In order for us to be successful in our plan, we will need a preliminary proof of concept study. Then we'll apply for NIH business grant. I request $100,000 in exchange for equity stake. Please contact me if you are interested. Thanks for listening.